I know I'm in the way. My head's in the way, so we'll try to do this. We'll do a quick build video, just a rundown. I like to make them very quick. So apologize if I'm covering something up, but first of all, if you've got Artaeum broth, you want to go with Artaeum broth, and I've got the Serpent Mundus stone. Okay. Replacement for Artaeum broth, you know, any kind of stand food of your choice, really. So there's the Mundus, there's the food. I am Imperial, by the way. If I wanted to spend more money, I've already spent a bunch of money, but one day I'll probably make this a Nord. But Imperial's been doing just fine for me, so if you want to go Imperial, that's cool too. Okay. We'll go into the gear. So I've got 3 jewelry of Fury. Next week, gold Fury rings are going to be released, so I'm going to get those gold ones. I've got Triune on 2. Okay, Triune on 2. Stam recovery, and then infused weapon damage on the neck. So you got 3 jewels, 2 body. You want to go chest piece and legs. You're going to get the most armor out of the chest piece and the legs. Then I've got 3 heavy pieces of New Moon. I've got belt, boots, hands, and then I go weapons. So 2H Greatsword. Why Greatsword over Maul? Nothing in particular. I just like Greatswords, really. And then Sword and Board. So I go New Moon on both bars because your dots, you want your dots to have maximum damage on either bar that you're on. Okay, you don't want all your weapon damage on your front bar, and then when you flip it over, you lose all that weapon damage because your dots aren't going to hit as hard. So then you want Blood Spawn. I go 5-1-1. 1 medium, 1 light. You really want 1 light when you're on your Stam DK because your mag buffs are just as important. So you want to be able to have enough sustain to use everything. Alright, and then whatever poison of your choice. This one's Defile, and this one's, yeah, whatever poison you want, really. So there's the gear. And then the skills. This is the back bar. I got Venomous Claw on my back bar. I've got Vigor, Fragmented Shield. You want that major mending for longer duration. Volatile Armor. I apologize for covering up some of the skills. Then I've got Race Against Time. Okay. If you don't have Psijic, then you're probably going to want to go Forward Momentum. But if you have Race Against Time, that lets you use Rally in heavy armor. Really good. Okay, so if you can get Race Against Time, get it. Then I've got Temporal Guard for that passive minor protection all the time on the back bar. I know I'm covering up, but it's the Psijic Ultimate. Then front bar, I've got D-Swing. That's where I get my stun from. The whole D-Swing, off balance, kind of heavy attack. Rally, like I was talking about. Psijic Order, Race Against Time. If you have it, you can use Rally. If you don't, go Forward Momentum. Nauseous Breath, Camo Hunter for that extra passive weapon damage from the Fighter's Guild and increased crit chance. Execute and Take Flight. Now some people are going to say they want Executioner instead of Reverse Slice. I mean, with Nauseous Breath being an AoE, with your Leap being an AoE, Reverse Slice just kind of makes sense to me because it's another AoE, right? I mean, if you want Execution on your bar, go for it, but I like Reverse Slice, especially for open world. So there you go. And then champion points, last thing. We'll start with the blue tree. I've got 10 into Blessed, 66 into Master at Arms, 10 into Physical Weapon Expert. You want at least 75. Okay, you want that 75 passive. Right here, Butcher. Increases damage from light and heavy attacks 5% by 5% when enemies are below 25%. So 66 into Master at Arms. This is going to buff up your Leap. This is going to buff up your Dizzying Swing. Moving on over, I've got 37 into Thaumaturge. Not a whole lot, but, you know, just enough to increase your dot damage. You got 2 dots on this build, so you definitely want to buff those up. 40 into Precise Strikes, 51 into Piercing, 56 into Mighty. Go into the red tree. You want 120, so that way you can get that 120 passive. What is it? Yeah, Reinforced. Basically just an extra shield for you. 66 into 66 into Ironclad, 38 Resistant, 16 Spell Shield. 43 and 43 for Hardy and Elemental Defender, a nice 10% for both of them. 40 into Thick Skin. I know dots aren't the meta anymore, but if you really think about it, there's dots everywhere. So you definitely want at least 15% into thick skin, right? Dots will eat you up. 19 into quick recovery. It's going to help you heal a little bit better. And then 5 into heavy armor focus. Green tree, 66 into warlord. You don't want break free to cost too much. I've got a little bit into sprinter just because, you know, when you're trying to chase somebody down, especially those rollerblades that just like to sprint. 56 into tenacity, same with mooncalf. A little bit of mag recovery, like I was talking about, stam DKs. Your mag buffs are just as important, so you want to be able to have enough mag recovery to use those whenever you need them, right? You don't want that to hinder you. 66 into shadow ward for blocking, and 5 into tumbling. Now, if you're smart about this, you know what? Actually, let me evenly disperse this a little bit more, because I don't block that much and I do roll dodge a little bit, so I'm gonna kind of evenly disperse this a little bit. Let's go 16% shadow ward and 13% for tumbling. That sounds better. There you go. So there's the champion points, there's the build, quick rundown. I'll